Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are in Isaiah. We're going to be Bible journaling Isaiah 35. This is one that many people know. It's all talking about the ransom returned to Zion. So essentially in the chapter, in a few of the chapters before this, God is talking about the judgment of the nations and how he's going to judge the nations. But he says, even though because they were disobeying him and not doing what he said, they were going to have judgment put on them. But there's always a positive. And he says the ransomed will return to Zion. And he's like, one day, he talks about, all of chapter 35 talks about how the wilderness and the dry land will be glad. The desert will rejoice and blossom like the wildflower. It will blossom abundantly and will also rejoice with joy and singing. And he's talking about how the glory is going to come back, the splendor. He talks about glory and splendor. You're going to see the glory of the Lord. He says, be strong, do not fear. He is our God. And so it goes on, and he says, but the redeemed will walk on it, and the redeemed of the Lord will return and come to Zion with singing, crowned with unending joy. Joy and gladness will overtake them, and sorrow and sighing will flee. So this whole chapter right here, and it's a short chapter, it's only 10 verses, but it's talking about how the ransomed is going to return. And it's so exciting, and it kind of reminds me how one day we are going to get to return to our true home, heaven. And so it's talking about how the desert's going to bloom and blossom like a wildflower. And I had these cards. This is it's the same card here, but I love the gold accents, and it's embossed, so it's got a raised feel to it, and there's like glitter on it as well. So I was thinking I was going to use these cards as kind of, we'll cut these out and use this as the backdrop or as the picture, I guess, for this. It's all about blooming and blossoming and rejoicing and singing and, being joyful. I don't know, these pictures just, show me joy. So that is what I'm kind of going for on this page. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have these pearlescent watercolors, and I'm just going to grab a big brush and wet up my watercolors. I'm just going to do a blue background here because if I cut these out, I'm going to kind of imitate this background on the card. It's got blue background with the stenciling. And so I have these stencils here, which are kind of the same shapes. So I'm going to I could just cut the card out and put it on there, but I got to add my own twist to it. So I'm going to literally just slather this watercolor on. I'm actually going to go like this so it doesn't get on the page below it. That's what happens when you slather. Things just get everywhere. So I'm just gonna, most of this will be covered with the cards, so I just want to get like a background on here. Just a cool color background. I did prep my page just lightly with some gesso, just the top part of the page, because I knew I'd be using some watercolor and I wasn't sure, what I'll be using on the other side and if anything will go through. So it's just a habit for me to use gesso. And as you can see, gesso got in some areas, not in others. I just kind of put gesso in just different areas, and you can see in some areas where the gesso, where I missed putting the gesso, but it's no big deal. I'm just gonna, most of this is probably going to be covered up anyways. I just want to have some color on the background. Okay, now I'm gonna go back through, make it a little darker, just a tad. Don't be afraid of just putting color on your pages. You can do this with gelatos, with watercolor, with tempera paint, whatever you have. Just have fun with it, and like I said, don't be afraid of using color on your pages. And with watercolor, you won't cover your words. Watercolor is mostly translucent unless you get really heavy-handed with it, but you won't cover your words. So for those of you who don't like covering your scripture, you don't need to. But on this page, I am going to be covering probably this bottom part and just focusing on this part. This is chapter 36. It's talking about Sennacherib's invasion. And not saying it's not important, but I am focusing on this scripture up here. So I don't mind if I cover these words. Like I said, I have a study Bible, my own study Bible that I, go to for studying. This is more of my art Bible, my Bible journaling Bible. Okay, I'm going to dry that quickly. So you can totally see the areas that did not get gesso. But like I said, I think most of those areas will be covered, so it won't really matter. I just took my paper towel and just squished it on really quick. It helps when you flip your page over and dry it front and back. And it looks like it's coming through the back, but once it dries, most of the time it dries and you won't see it. It doesn't show through the back. And even if it does, even if some kind of leaks through or shines through, I can always use it in my next picture that I'll be journaling on this page. I'll incorporate it in some way or cover it up. Either way. Before I can glue on my cards, I need to have this dry, otherwise the glue won't stick. So I hope you're all having a very blessed day. Today is Sunday afternoon, the day that I'm doing this. I don't know if that's the day you'll see this. I'm just, got home from church and been working in the Word a little bit. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have this white acrylic gesso. This is not clear gesso, this is white. So I'm gonna use this for my stenciling. So I'm gonna grab a stiff bristled brush, and I'm gonna grab my stencils here, and I'm just gonna dip this in the gesso. Looks like it's getting a little clumpy. I'm gonna stick this in the gesso and get it all over my brush here, or all over my, I'm gonna clean that so I don't get it all over me, which I will. Okay. And then, let's do the stencil. And I'm just going to lightly kind of stipple it through here, through the stencil. So it's just like a light pattern in the back, see? You could do this with white acrylic paint. I just have this gesso, it was just sitting right here, so I just grabbed it. I'm like, perfect, because I'm lazy. I don't wanna go digging for stuff if I don't have to. And so I'm just doing some light stenciling throughout. No rhyme or reason as to where they're going. I'm just putting them down. Some are going to be lighter than others. Some are going to be darker, thicker. The more gesso you have on your brush, the thicker it'll be. You can use texture paste for this, white acrylic, any kind of paint, tempera paint. You don't even have to do white. You can do any color that you'd like. I'm gonna try to make that so it's not touching that. Okay, and just keep going. I just want a few more. Let's put a light one here. I don't want to cover the words too much because this gesso will cover your words. So I'm just gonna lightly put it there. Let's put one here. These words down here, I don't mind if they're covered. Do that. Oh, let's put one here. Just kind of randomly choose. Let's do that. This might be covered with some of the card. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Should be good. Let's put a little one right here. One like right there. Like a little piece. And let's have one kind of poking down from the top. And that should be good. Let's stop there. We'll stop there. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this, wipe this off. The thing with gesso, you definitely wanna wipe it off. I'm gonna spray it just real quick in, because gesso will dry hard and clumpy on it, and then it's a little bit harder to get it off. I mean, you can put it under warm water and get it off, but it's just easier if you do it right away and get it off yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna dry this real quick. Again, and gesso dries quickly, so this should dry pretty quick. And you can barely see it. It's like they're barely there, but they are there. And so it gives another like little added dimension to your page, especially when you turn your page into different light and things. Couple areas that are a little thicker than the others, so I'm trying to make sure that I get those dry. Okay, so let's see. Again, I have my Bible folded over here, and it's getting really thick and unwieldy to show you. Okay, so you can see in the light there, it's like they're barely there, but they're there. You can see them. So depending on how you turn, depending on how you turn and what light gets it, you can see the stencils. That's what I want. It's kind of like barely there, but there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these cards. So this will finish drying. So I cut the cards. So I'm thinking this I'm going to have coming down from the top down to the bottom here. So I'm just gonna cut just around these flowers right here. So yeah, definitely save your cards. Anytime I'm out and about or people are throwing away their cards, or I see cards, like in the garbage, or I receive cards or whatever, I save them because I use them a lot in my junk journaling, my Bible journaling, crafting. I mean, look at these cards. They're gorgeous, gorgeous pictures. So anytime you get magazines, cards, anything, save it. You can use them for so many things, for all your crafting. And I definitely love like cards and napkins for Bible journaling, because you get this beautiful image right away and you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to draw it, or because a lot of times if I'm drawing and it's not turning out the way I want it to, I'll get frustrated, and I don't want to be frustrated. I just want to enjoy my time in the Word. So I don't want to get frustrated. And I am usually pretty happy with, what I come up with when I just cut pictures out. So let's see. I'm gonna kind of trying to think. Let's cut this one out first. So at the bottom, I want to have the parts with the gold accents on it. Again, in Isaiah, on my other Facebook group, we are doing Isaiah, and we are focusing, like our theme, I guess, this month is metallics. So we're trying to add metallics to our pages in some shape or form. Not that you have to, but this has got metallics in it. It's got gold. So yeah, we're trying to expand my, I don't know, the different things I play with in my Bible and craft with. So I have some metallic washi tape too that I'll be using on this page. And yeah, I got a new toy this week. It's a metallic, or it's a heat pen that you can use for your reactive foil. And so I'm gonna probably use that on a journal page one of these days, and I'll show you all how it works. But I've been having fun. I just got it. This is still a little damp. Just got it recently, so I need to learn how to use it in an efficient manner. Okay, so I'll go there, and then let's see. This will kind of layer. Let's see. I'll layer this on this side on top. So I use these scissors for, I'm just gonna kind of go like this. I use these scissors for like big fussy cutting, but for like little fussy cutting, I use my cutter bee scissors. When I have to go through like really tiny details, I use my little cutter bee scissors. But these big scissors are good when I'm just kind of doing a general outline of a cut. I might go in and get a little bit more detailed with my cutter bee in just a sec. I'm just trying to get the main part cut out. I'm trying not to stick my head under the camera at the same time. But I think I've got one person watching TV in one room and eating something, and I think my husband's in the other room, probably watching sports or something. Okay, I'm gonna grab my cutter bee scissors, and I'm gonna get a little bit more detailed here. Go in a little bit more. I like the look when it's a little bit more intricate. So yeah, these scissors are perfect for when you need to go in and get smaller pieces cut out like that. Let's go like this. Whoop, where did it go? Okay, here we go. Okay, and we're gonna go down here. Go around this little stalk of grass. And let's see, let's go. Yeah, you can see the difference when you go in and just get just a little bit more detail. It just gives that little something. Okay, I'm gonna cut out this part, I think, right here. Just a few areas. I'm not gonna go through all of it, but just a few areas to kind of give it that look. Okay. So I'm gonna layer that on top of there. Ooh, that's cool, that's pretty. I never know what it's gonna look like until I actually get it on there. Oh, so pretty, look at that. Oh, I love it, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my glue and we're gonna glue the first layer down, so that'll be this layer. Let's move this. I might use some more of it. I'm gonna try to get a lot of glue on here since this is raised. Try to make sure it'll stick. Okay. Put that all the way to the top. But look what you can do with cards. So cute. These are embossed too. These cards are embossed. They have the gold accents on it. They have some glitter on it. All my favorite things. So it gives them a raised dimension. So you get that texture to it when you touch it. I love that. You're using all your senses, or some of your senses. You could spray it with, you could probably spray your page with some perfume and make it smell like flowers as well. So then you have smell, you've got sight. You don't have the taste, but you've got the touch, the sight. Let's see, do we want, put it under like that. So use whatever glue works for you. A lot of people ask me, like, what glue do you use? I use all different kinds, pretty much whatever glue I have on hand, but these glue sticks I use a lot for this kind of stuff. My junk journals, I do use the 3-in-1 because I'm gluing down a lot of heavier stuff like material and such. Let's see. Make sure it doesn't go into the spiral part. But if I'm just gluing down paper like this in my Bible, I'll use glue sticks. But this is actually kind of thick, so I could probably use my 3-in-1 glue. It'd probably stick better, but I'm running low on it. I gotta get another shipment from, I gotta order it from Amazon and get some more, I guess. Okay. Wow, look at that already. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, the other thing, let's see, what else do we have here? I like the colors. I like this little butterfly too. Maybe we'll cut him out and use him for something. Let's cut him out and see what we can use him for. I don't want any of this to go to waste. I might use these flowers for something else as well. Got a couple little butterflies here. But I'm enjoying Isaiah. I say that about all the books. I love all the books of the Bible, but each one brings like its own, I don't know, own truths. I mean, of course it's all God's truth, but each book of the Bible just brings something new. Maybe we'll put him right there. Yeah, I like him. Gotta get some glitter up there. There we go with him. And then we have this other one. But we have one there. Let's see. We've got this part and this part. I could. Do I want to put that there? I'm thinking of me if I cut this out and have that there. Do I want to put that there, or do I like? I think I like just this and have this one up to the side. Okay. We'll save these for something else, but look at, I could use all that for something else. Okay. Come on, stick down. So let me think, what else did I want to do? Okay, so I have these metallic letters, and since it's talking about the wilderness is going to blossom abundantly, and we will blossom, and we'll have joy and gladness will overtake them. It says they will come to Zion with singing, crowned with unending joy. Oh my gosh, y'all, unending joy. Oh, I just love this whole chapter. Yeah, it says, a road will be there and a way. It will be called the holy way. The unclean will not travel on it, but it will be for the one who walks the path. Fools will not wander on it. There'll be no lion there. No vicious beast will go on it. They will not be found there, but the redeemed will walk on it. Wow. And the redeemed of the Lord will return and come to Zion with singing. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited to come back to Zion with singing. Our Zion. Okay. So I have this flower and I have this gold washi tape, and it had a little, And I was thinking it kind of went with these yellow flowers. I could glitter this up a little, but I was just thinking of maybe sticking it up here. Oop, I just lost the, there we go. Okay, let me glue that on first. Let me grab my 3-in-1 glue. I'm gonna glue this on before I forget or before it gets lost. Oh, come on. See, I'm almost out of this glue and I need to get some more. When I do my junk journaling, I go through this glue very quickly. I go through probably about a bottle per junk journal. Whoop. We'll just let that lay there in case I need it again. Let's let this dry. So we got a little bling there. So I have this washi tape. Let's see what this looks like. This I'm probably gonna have to glue on. Maybe put some right here. Let's see. Put some glue across the top. Looks like I need some glue here. Do we want any across the bottom? No, I don't think I want any across the bottom. Let me see, am I in camera for y'all? Okay, make sure I got the whole thing in camera. Okay, so here's the washi tape up here. I think I'm gonna leave the bottom, I like that. So I'm gonna write, if we put the flower up here, under here I'm gonna write the word blossom, since it comes a lot. Let's see, blossom, blossom, rejoice is another word that comes up a lot. Splendor, glory. Rejoice, blossom, splendor, glory. Splendor might be another good word too. But I think these flowers, I think I'm gonna still go with blossom. I'm just gonna go with my first thought. Okay. So these are tiny, tiny stickers once they come up. Whoop, see? And so I'm gonna try to get them as straight as possible. Oh my gosh, might as well just use my fingers here. But since we're doing metallics, I'm gonna try these little metallic stickers. Oh my, y'all. This bee just wants to go on its own. And I'm gonna try to get them as straight as possible. Should we do all capital letters? Is that crooked? Y'all, I need a ruler. I wonder if y'all have the same problems I do with these stickers. Let's see, BLOSSOM. Okay, one tip I would always say is check to make sure you have all the letters you need before you start putting them down, because there have been times when I've, was missing like one letter and I already had the word down. I was like, no. So yeah, check your letters before you start using them, I guess. It doesn't really matter if you use a variety of letters, but if you wanted all the same look and you got all the way through with your word, but you were missing one letter, that gets frustrating. I'll straighten these out at the end if I need to. Oh my. They're so temperamental. Let's just get them down and then I'll go in and straighten them. Watch, if I just am doing it without even trying, they'll probably be all straight. Am I spelling this right? BLOSS. When I'm talking, I can't spell at the same time. SSOM. Where's the O? And I have one M left with a capital. I do have some in smaller letters. And you also want to make sure it's going to fit. So if I would have started it closer this way, it probably wouldn't have fit. So sometimes I'll start at the end and work my way this way. Okay, now I'm gonna try to straighten these a little bit. If you have a ruler, you can put under here, that helps too. I'm just trying to eyeball it, which will probably take me longer, but. And if it's not totally straight, it doesn't help that the book is, yeah, it's on an angle because the book's on an angle. I'll go and straighten it later, no biggie. Okay, so Blossom is there, and then we'll put this right there, I think. Just glue him. And I'm only gonna glue the bottom half because the top half will be sticking up over the book. Come on. If you have any gold foil, you could do, you know, foil this up on the edges or emboss it up, emboss on the edges so you get more of the gold up here. I might go in with some gold foil and foil up these edges just to give it another little pop of gold. Actually, we can try that now. Let me grab my foil. Let's see. I've got a little roll of foil here. Let's see if we can do it quickly and just, let's see if I can open it up first. Okay. So let me just cut a little piece off here. Okay. And I'm going to put some glue just around the edges of this flower. And grab my, grab a burnisher here. We'll see if it'll work. A little bit. Gotta burnish it a little bit more. Could grab my gold or my heat pen, my heat foil pen, and make like little lines. Well, I got a little bit. It's kind of going on the page too. Let's do some up here. It'll give it a little bit of look, shiny look. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. This one just needs some more glue on the actual petals. So you can do any, you can put any kind of glue down, just burnish it down anyway. With any, if you have a credit card or back of a scissors. And you can just keep going in and adding more if you want more. That's cool. And then if any gold kind of got in places that you don't want, you can kind of scratch some of it away. Otherwise, just leave it. I'm going to scratch just a little bit of it away. But actually, I kind of gives it a little bit of gold there. Okay, well, there we go. Added a little bit more bling. But there is our page. So let's pull this out. So all that with just some cards. There's the gold at the top, you can see on the flower, and the gold washi tape, and then the gold shining off the cards right there. And you do cover up some of the words down here, but if you don't want to do that, you could always just keep it on the margins. There's our page, Blossom. Blossom, it's so exciting that one day we will have unending joy. Oh my gosh, that is the thought of the day. Just remember that one day you're going to have unending joy. Well, thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Have a blessed day.